Now, we can walk up there, but we're gonna get tore up.
No, that's okay. We can just drive it.
So you had a foot, so you got blocked down there by the log, and then you came up at night and stopped down there, and then you walked down here, and there was a footprint in the side of the hill.
A footprint in the side of the hill.
Okay.
So, as my dad was standing right here, I walked up there to see what was at the top.
The top, okay.
And then as that was going down, our buddy John Gregory was walking down the path that way to continue scouting. And I walked through all the thick green thorn bush. And when I get to the top, I see all the greenery, all the vegetation is smashed down. And at the top of the mound, the top of the hill, there's a nice old tree in the middle, and around it is a smashed down circle of vegetation, like a pathway, just a pathway. And then to the top left over here at the mound, there is a broken piece of like a energy pole.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like an energy pole, and it was taken, shoving into the ground, and it even had metal poles coming out of it, pieces of metal coming out of it. It's
okay.
Man-made piece of wood. And it was shoving into the ground up there. And right then, after I saw that piece of metal shoved into the ground, something came across me, and I felt as if I should not be here anymore. So I get back down from the top of this hill, and I tell my dad everything that I saw up there. The pushed down vegetation, the cool tree in the middle, the smashed power line post. I tell my dad what happened, and then we start walking back towards John Gregory. And my dad's, he's 58. He's tired, and he doesn't like walking. But I said, man, John Gregory drove 4 or 5 hours to come see us. He wants to walk a little bit, so why don't we walk just a little bit and just focus on enjoying walking? And he goes, okay. So we start walking back down the path that way, and John Gregory walks back towards us, and we meet about where Connie's vehicle is. And I tell John Gregory what I saw up there.
Right.
And right as this happens afterwards, I don't know if you can hear, but I think I just heard it. It sounded like gunshots, maybe.
Yeah, it's artillery fire of some sort.
Yeah,
right there.
Practice or whatever.
Yeah, there's a gun range a couple valleys over.
Right.
And Squatchman said we should let off a holler, a Bigfoot imitation holler, try to scare those people over there shooting their guns.
Right.
And so he tells me I should go first.
Okay.
So they're over there firing, and I'll wait for a stop in the firing, and I'll let off a really loud yell. I tried to make as much vibration as I could with my diaphragm.
Yeah.
And my dad told everyone to stop and listen. The gunshot quit for a little while. It was silent. But we didn't hear nothing out of the ordinary other than the gunshots quit firing. So then we walk back down this way a little bit, and right around that bend there, Squatchman says, okay, I'm going to let off one of my yells.
Right around the bend over there.
Yeah, right at the bend.
Okay.
So we're facing this way at the bend down there, and we hear gunshots coming off from the valley, and they're firing in rounds of threes, pop pop pop, pop pop pop, pop pop pop, and the guy keeps shooting, and he must have a big clip because it was taking him a long time to reload. Because every time my dad was about to do a yell, he would get interrupted by the pop pop pop.
Right.
So finally he ran out of ammunition, and then my dad let off a yell. As he let off the yell, the gunshots stopped momentarily, and back in that direction, a pack of coyotes got set off by my dad's yell. Coyotes started fluttering in this area, and we know whenever we hear coyotes, maybe it's associated with Bigfoots. Their yells, who knows? This is what my dad thinks at the time, and we continue back down the road.
Right.
We walk further. Probably from that bend, probably 200-300 feet. And my dad decides to lay on the ground. I lay on the ground too. And we're just chilling, laying down on the concrete for about 10 minutes. And And then we decided, okay, it's getting dark, let's head back. So as we start walking back, we're walking back down along the path we walked up.
Mm-hmm.
We walked past the King's Lair.
Right.
And as we're walking back down the hill, we just came up to get here. My dad stops right around the bend where the big tree, the big log you saw that was.
Yeah, down below.
Yeah.
Down below over here. Yep.
It was it's pushed on the side now, but before it was blocking the axis.
Right.
There's a bend that goes around.
Mm-hmm.
And the log's there. Well, as we're on this bend here, that's when Squatchman goes, "Stop, guys! Looks like a village down there." And I stop and I focus in, and I said, "Dad, is that light reflections going on down there? What's that light? Could that be a light from like a tower in the distance?" He goes, "That's no tower in the distance. Are you crazy? We're in the bottom of a little ravine, a little pit.
Right.
They can be on the top of a mountain. There's no light towers or reflections." And then right as I said this, my dad's tail light, the red tail light, becomes almost like fully illuminated. And
wow.
We have no flashlights on.
So it just illuminates.
It just illuminates. And then what it actually was, once my eyes adjusted, I couldn't see any figures or anything because it was dark.
Yeah.
But all I could see was like an orange, emberish, yellowish, just like an ember glow of the eye. Their eyes were glowing, not like a flashlight, but I could tell 12 to like 15 pairs of these big glowing lights down there by the Jeep. And the light from the eyes is actually what made it lit up. The radiance from the light of the eyes lit up the tail light of the Jeep.
Because it's red and it probably reflected through it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So these were red eye shines mainly?
Amber.
Amber?
Amber. Yeah,
they were kind of like a golden red? The amber's kind of
like a mix
yellowish.
between like an orange and a yellow.
Yeah.
Like right in the middle.
I've had that before.
Yeah, well, mainly all of these were yellowish, amberish. And so our buddy John Gregory has a little night vision thermal camera thingy-majig, a little gadget.
Right.
And he was showing us down there. When we got here, it was me or my dad, I forgot who it was, but one of us said, "Hey, John Gregory, pull out your little camera."
Mm-hmm.
And right as we said this, all of them down there, before they were just moving around, turning around, looking at the Jeep and stuff. But as soon as one of us yelled out, "Hey, pull out your camera," everything stops. They all just look at it like this.
Away.
Look.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't they go? Yeah, they went like this, like.
Right? Yeah, like we're standing right here, and they're standing over here.
Yeah.
And they're over here checking their out, and as soon as they hear that, they all turn around.
All at the same time.
Which means they understand what you're saying.
Yeah. They all look at us.
Noise for sure.
And as this happens, we're still walking. It's a continuous motion. We're walking, and they all look at us, and then they turn around, and then they start moving in the opposite direction. And right as this is happening, around that bend.
This bend right here.
Yeah, the bend going down towards where the tree was on the side. Probably about 50 feet past that tree, we saw a super white light, bright light. And I go, "Dad, a car's coming, man. He's gonna run into your Jeep." And so my dad takes his spotlight and starts flashing the front of his Jeep to get the person's attention so they don't run into my dad's Jeep. But actually, this big white light that was moving towards us, towards the biggies down there lighting up my dad's Jeep, it was not even on the road. It was to the left of the road.
Through the trees?
Yeah, through the trees. I could see the full capacity of its light. Even if there was nothing blocking it. Even if there was something blocking it, I could still see.
Was it like a big round white light?
It was just a huge white.
We've seen a big like orb type white light that goes through the trees like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's what we saw. And all the people we saw down there looking at my dad's Jeep, they disappeared towards the direction of this white light.
Okay, so
other than two sets of eyes, we saw further down the road peeking at us through a bush. The rest of them were gone.
Wow.
And the thing about this white light is there was no mechanical noises, no.
Very silent.
It was
you would at least hear a car coming, but it was just It was just like a light moving through the
Right.
trees.
It was just a big light
Bright
moving.
white light moving through the trees.
And the motion, when we first saw it, the road's running here. And then here it comes up where we are now. It was like this. And then it stopped there and it just disappeared.
So it wavered like to the side and went there, and then when it disappeared, did it just suddenly just phase out? Kind of like it just turned off.
It's gone.
Wow.
Did it go up when it did it or down when it faced
It
out?
just, right where it was, it just disappeared.
See, that's what's crazy. You know, is that where it goes into a portal, or is that where it? What you know?
Well,
What happens at that point? And he had said it was a starburst, like.
yeah. I would say more or less the orbs. The orbs tend to be a state of the light beams and things like that, so they change into that. They can change from physical to the orbs. So this could have been maybe the adult.
I was telling my dad, the light that we saw was so powerful, and we have audio recordings of a Yahweh back in our area.
Yeah.
And ancient scripture says one day Yahweh may again roam this planet and form, and the light we saw was so powerful, so vibrant, and so light. I don't know. I've seen other smaller orbs, but I've never seen nothing like
Wow.
that huge
He said it was
blast of light.
He said it was like a VW size, right?
It was hard. It was hard to tell because it was
pretty
kind of
big.
far away, but
But most
It-
people
it
say
could have been-
soccer ball, and your dad said car size.
it could have been as big as an SUV.
Yeah.
Down to the size of a basketball. It was hard to tell, but because it was so far away,
It's amazing.
whenever I think about the size of my dad's Jeep in relation to where the light is, the light was bigger than my dad's Jeep and it was further away.
Oh yeah.
So,
Well, I'm going to cut the video short, and we're going to. But this is an amazing experience, and because I'm kind of running out of space here a little
Oh,
bit.
well, then just so you know, you can also hear this on Blue Rock Talk with Connie Willis.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this will be.
Subscribe,
This
like,
will be a
comment, thank
delayed
you.
for the YouTube channel for Planet
That's
Sasquatch and
okay.
everything.
You know what? When you have an experience, you're going to tell it over and over and over. Over
Yeah,
again. Ask,
well, at least we
ask
caught-
Walton
capture 'em.
that, and,
Yeah.
and now that's what they're
And
going to do.
we've seen the white, you know, and we had a full moon out, and then all of a sudden there's this big white light, and I'm thinking,
Wow.
well, the moon's over here, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden here's this big white ball in the trees.
all right.
Awesome stuff.
I want to see one of
Thanks,
those.
thanks a lot, Eugene.
Hey, no problem. No
Send
problem.
that